Welcome to the first episode of the Based AF podcast. You can laugh, it's fine. Welcome back. This is the first episode. What am I saying? Welcome to the first episode of the Based AF podcast with Anim Floss. You want to say hello?
Hi, I'm Floss.
You are Floss. That's crazy. I wouldn't have guessed that. You know what? I'm still really proud of the name Based AF because like Anim and Floss AF.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that, dude. That's kind of snazzy. I like that.
It's smart. I was like, that's pretty cool, man.
I haven't
pretty rad.
I haven't seen a podcast that use base in the name either, so I'm like, we're unique.
We're the base of operations.
Absolutely, 100%. I was thinking for this first episode, or I could probably give a rundown on how it's all going to work. So I was thinking.
Floss doesn't know any topics.
Yeah,
and
no.
just brings them on me.
Yeah, exactly. I have a list of things that we can talk about throughout the various episodes that we might do, and Floss has absolutely no idea what any of this is going to be like. The way that I was thinking we could do this is that we can theme each episode around like a certain like central topic. So this episode is just going to be introductions. We can give shit on like we can retell stories about when we were in school and stuff like that. Even though I'm pretty sure everyone in my streams has already heard everything that you need to know. But for the people who are listening, they might not have heard anything like that. And then, so, you know, future episodes, we might be able to do, like, ones about conspiracy theories. Ones about, like, ghost experiences.
You're gonna surprise me?
With conspiracy theories?
Yeah.
What, you want to know if I have any conspiracy theories?
No, I want you to, like, pick I don't know why I have a screwdriver in my hand, but I want you... This is a brilliant idea, mate. This is next level genius right here.
Yeah.
You come up with like a cold case or like a ghost story or some shit. You tell me, and I'm like, I have to figure out like what's the main thing behind it. I have no idea going in. You come in with like this idea, or and be like, is this true? Is this like a real thing, or am I just like bullshitting you? BS.
How dare you swear on this family-friendly podcast?
I was the one that said that to begin with.
Okay, what if, okay, hear me out here. What if we do 2 true ones and I make up 1 false one? You have to pick out which one is the true one out of a case of 3.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That'll be kind of snazzy. That'll be kind of cool.
Because I'm really bad at guessing.
Well, it's going to be like figuring out how good I am at just like BSing the truth and trying to tell you stories.
Yeah.
And then trying to pick up like which of us can figure this out. I was also thinking some episodes we could do like our zombie apocalypse survival plan. That could be kind of cool.
That'd be very cool.
One talking about the games that we like, etc., etc. But this episode is just going to be introducing ourselves. And yeah, so for the people who don't know who we are, we have said nothing about giving any context towards that.
We're just going off. This is just our friendship.
This is just our friendship, bro. All right, so for anyone, for the audio listeners who might not be watching this on YouTube, I feel like such a Ted Nivison moment right there. For the audio listeners listening at home.
White, blue eyes, brunette.
Blonde. Well, yeah, actually, my hair's gotten more brunette than blonde. I used to be really blonde. But we are friends of... It has actually been over 10 years now. I think I worked that out the other day. Because it was start of grade 5 that we met each other. And I was 10 at the start of grade 5, and now I'm over 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is true, hey. That's bananas, man.
Yeah. So over a decade. That's crazy. But yes, I'm Anim. I am a person. I Twitch stream, and I have ideas, but yes, that's what I am. Mostly I just Twitch stream. Most people who are coming to this have probably seen my Twitch streams. But if you haven't, welcome in. Welcome to the new viewers.
Go follow.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that part.
My name is Floss, but I'm also known as Felicia.
Wait.
I'm Felicia, also known as Floss, but I'm much more prominent as Floss. I'm 20. I currently am studying at university. I do not have any aspirations in the Twitch field. I am a Twitch moderator.
You're a Twitch mod. Okay,
animatronic.
That's me.
So that's about the highlight of my Twitch career. But really happy to be here. Yeah.
And we're basically just going to be, this podcast isn't going to be anything central as a topic. We're just going to be chatting about whatever we want to chat about, and it's going to be an hour of us just talking.
Just don't take it seriously, guys.
No.
It's just gonna be two people goofing off.
I was thinking in the future we could get a couple of guest appearances on for some episodes, and
Ooh,
then like
I
center it
love that.
around like what they do or like
I'll get a little bow
things about
tie.
them. Well, bow tie. You're gonna be interviewing people.
Yeah, I'll just like wear a hoodie and sweatpants, just have a little bow tie for the special occasions.
I'm sure they would appreciate that. Okay, so I do have a little list here about stuff. Oh yeah, okay, so one thing that I wanted to start up is like a trend that we can do at the start of each episode,
Ooh, a
which
trend.
yeah, like a little thing to get us into the mood of like
Little
based AF
spice it
podcast.
up.
Yeah, exactly. Usually I think we would do this at like the start of the episode, but because we wanted to introduce each other, didn't do it this time. I was thinking, okay, we can do this little, I can ask you a question at the start of an episode, and then we can have a little bit of a conversation from there. So, based or not based, country music.
Oh man, you've got a good one. Okay, I'm gonna be real.
Uh-huh.
Overall, I really dislike country music, but there are a few songs that me and I will just tip my little hat down. I will give a full swear dance. I love certain country music.
Nutbush City?
Nutbush. Old Taylor Swift.
Okay, yeah.
Rocking to the side of my pretty
That's a
little
good song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a banger. All my exes live in Texas.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I know. I lived in Texas a lot.
Yeah, I know. God, how dare you? God. Texas,
But
yuck.
like a fair bit. Okay, I hate overall country, but there is a few banger country songs out there.
Okay.
And I cannot help it but give my little giddy up to them, you know?
yeah, 100%. Okay, I can understand that. I don't know why country music gets such a bad rap all the time. Personally, I quite enjoy it. Like, I mean, not obviously there are some songs that are a bit out there, but it's quirky. I like it. I like the little accordion, not the accordion. What do you call it? The
Harmonica?
harmonica. I like the little harmonica. There's one artist though, Casey Barnes, who's got some. Oh god, they slap. Some real banger
They got
soundtracks.
some bangers.
Yeah, some absolute bangers. I think I don't know if they're
Country
actually
music
classified as
bangs.
country. I think they're country. No, they're so good. Oh god, I'm gonna send you some. I'm not gonna play it on the podcast because we'll get DMCA'd, but I'll send you some later. But Casey Barnes, Flesh and Bone, and also oh, there's another one. I'm blanking on the name right now, but it's really good.
These nuts.
Thanks,
Bro,
Floss. I
so,
really
like-
appreciate that. Yeah.
3 seconds silence.
Yep. All right. I'm regretting this idea for a podcast already.
This is so good. I just got you 2 TikTok clips right there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, all right. We've understood each other's country music taste. Okay. All right, understood. Okay. All right. Hang on. Wait. Before we move on from the country music topic, Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, it's a debatable because you know, as future days come by, that song has become more and more inappropriate, I guess, to the current days of standards. But like, I'm sorry, but I can't help but tap my little footy woody when that thing comes on. But I will not personally go out seeking for the song. But if it comes on in the public, I cannot help but tap my little footy woody. I don't stand for what the song's about, but man, that song's got a little bit of a beat to it.
I can understand that. I used to play Just Dance a lot, and like that was one of the songs that was on there, and I was getting out my little cowboy lasso. I was bopping.
Also, that was like the main song from our old school. Every PE class, HPE. Every time we did dance unit, that song always came up, bro. I think that explains a lot about that school too.
Yeah, for context for anyone who is new to us, we are friends from school. We've been friends since grade 5, so.
And then I moved away.
Yeah, and then you left me in Australia and you went to Texas, America.
Guys, I'll
Gross.
give you a little sneaky leaky rundown of my life. Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll
do
give
that.
that little sneaky leaky rundown.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Melbourne, and then I grew up in Brizzy, and
I
then I
didn't know
moved
you were born in
away.
Melbourne, actually.
I know, it's crazy. Fun facts of Felicia. I grew up in Brisbane up until I was like 12, and then I moved to the US in Texas, Houston specifically. Shout out to H-Town. Uh, and then I lived there for about 3 years, and then when I was 16, I moved to the UK, went to a boarding school. My parents never loved me, they left. Um,
Oh, that's a fat yikes on that one, man.
and then and then COVID happened, and then they sent me home final year. Didn't get a graduation or anything, or
That's
a
a big
prom,
sad.
or a formal. So
That's
that
a
was a
huge
bit.
sad.
Oh yeah, it was about to happen too, but COVID. And then I came back here, and I'm currently studying in Australia at university, which is pretty dope.
And every now and then
Dope
we
and
have
dope.
classes together, and that is a
Yeah,
trip.
probably not anymore since
Probably
I
not
changed my
anymore.
degree.
Yeah, and I'm going into final years now, so I'm no longer doing those kinds of classes. Oh
And
well.
then Anim and I lost touch for a bit, but me pretty much.
You lost touch. I tried to stay in touch. You just left me.
Hey guys, let's chill. Let's not blame anyone specifically.
Oh, of course not. No,
Let's just
of
leave it
course,
as a
yes.
general broad of.
You ignoring my messages, that's on
Hey,
me, honestly. That's on me.
I never ignored. I just stopped using Skype. But no.
Bruh, I sent you messages like years later, and I was like sending you like little tiny little messages on my Skype, like, are you still alive?
No.
And I was like, oh god, this is it, okay.
I do remember why I never used Skype again though, because I forgot my password and I didn't know the email that was connected to that account.
Okay, that's understandable. I can understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as
then
Discord came out, it was like, yikes.
it was over for Skype.
It was over for Skype.
Over the bit.
Yeah.
I stopped myself.
Swore.
I stopped it. I said bit.
Bitcoin.
Bitconnect. Yeah, but then once I came back, I happened to stumble across animatronics.
That's me.
Twitch. In my Twitch, which was really weird.
That is still bizarre to me that Twitch recommended you my channel. Like, there was no connection there.
No, there was zero, and this was before
Thank you for getting my
they
name
blew
right.
up on TikTok, which was crazy. 'Cause I got there right before you did. I was the one that got on TikTok, guys. So you guys better feel blessed, all right? None of you would have found them if it wasn't for me.
Oh man, I was also like people like I saw some people blowing up on TikTok, and I'd been on there before, but like I hadn't like posted anything serious. Yeah, I'd posted like a trailer for the comic that I was making, and then I just left it for ages. But I made like an edit of another YouTuber, and it got like 4K views, and I was like, oh, hang on a second, wait a minute, this could get views.
And then you posted that first naming bees of chat.
That was crazy.
That was bonkers.
Yeah,
dude.
no, in the span of a week, like this isn't like the biggest blow up that people have had on TikTok before, but there was when I first started posting to TikTok, the first bee naming video took off, so I was like, oh, I'll do a week's worth of bee naming videos. So for 7 days straight, I uploaded one video a day of naming bees on Minecraft with like bee related puns as their names.
Birako Beamer,
Jesus Christ. All that Hatsune Biku, all the good stuff. But yeah, no, for a week straight, I uploaded once every day, and I went from 50 followers on TikTok up to 12K in the span of a week, which isn't the biggest blow up, but that's still a considerable amount for someone
that's pretty big.
For someone who's never like interacted or like gotten that big before, so it was pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah, no. I remember you posting the first one. I was there, guys, before bees were even around. I was there for wolves. I was there for llamas.
You were.
Gay is still my favorite llama I ever named.
Not Lapis?
Oh, Lapis was good. Lapis was real good. What was the other one? So there was another one I named. LeJesus. But with a G. That was my favorite. Oh, I came up with so many good names for the llamas.
There was a
God.
ton. I think there was just one corner of llamas that was named La Piss, La Poop, La Prayer,
Yep.
and La. There was another P related one, but I can't
P.
remember it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Lepog.
La Pog, La Pog, yeah.
Man, I remember that was like the good old days. That was when you had like 4 or 5 like viewers.
Yeah,
Now you're
dude.
averaging like 15 to 20, which is bananas.
It's dropped back down. I used to be able to average like 20 to 30, and then I stopped having a consistent streaming schedule. Whoops, my bad.
Damn university,
I know,
man.
right, dude? I'm so looking forward to when I can just drop. Well, actually, not drop out. I probably shouldn't drop out. I mean, that
Let me
shows
just
how.
put everything on hold.
I just want to become a Twitch streamer, man.
Let me be a Twitch streamer, mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn.
Oh my days. I think I just entered my way into this perfect segment.
Yeah.
Adam's
Okay.
mom is a MILF.
No, we're not talking about this. We're dropping that topic immediately.
MILF.
No, no, floss. If my mother sees this
Egg
podcast.
sandwiches, when mothers make them, instantly make them a MILF. But pre-egg sandwiches, Adam's mom was always a MILF.
No, we're not talking about this. Floss, if my mother ever sees this podcast.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry.
Don't wink at the camera.
I'm not. I
Oh
have
my
something
god.
in my eye.
Oh, okay. You must have something really big in your eye, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, actually, now I got hair in my eye. Oh my god. Karma, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. All right. Yeah, we're gonna move on from this topic. Okay. I want to know things that scarred you as a kid.
Oh, easy.
Mm-hmm.
I got 3.
Okay,
3
hit me.
things that still affect me to this day.
Mhm.
1, mushrooms.
Oh, I hate mushrooms.
My father created the worst meal of my life. Slow cooked lamb. It's called shanks. You meant to put the mushrooms in at the end. I've always hated mushrooms, but this made me scarred.
Mm-hmm.
He put them at the beginning, meaning they slow cooked the mushrooms for 8 hours. The entire dish smelled like mushrooms, tastes like mushrooms. I was gagging. I was not having the time of my life. But my father said, "This is the only dinner you're getting." So we ate it. And then I got to the mushroom pot. And I'm telling you, after the whole meal tastes like mushrooms, you'd think this would have 0 taste left in it. Man, if mushrooms had a stronger taste of mushrooms, it was that freaking mushroom. I vomited after eating it. It was the foulest thing of my life. Now, if I even smell a mushroom, I instantly start getting sick.
Yeah, that's honestly understandable. That's disgusting.
It was foul, man. All right. Second thing, my brother who lives behind that wall.
Mm-hmm.
My father travels a lot for work and he lived in Papua New Guinea for a while. So my brothers and I would go up to Papua New Guinea during the school breaks to visit him.
Mm-hmm.
And all 3 of us, so it's me and my 2 older brothers, lived in this pretty much tiny bedroom with 3 single beds. And in the middle of night, sometimes the one that lives behind my wall will grab a pillow and just start swinging around in the dark, screaming, "I can't see! I can't see!" And he'll just hit me over and over and over and over again with the pillow in the middle of the night, pitch darkness. I can't see. I'm crying on the floor, begging him to stop, but he doesn't. And he still does it to this day. And I cry every single time. I'm 20.
Oh my god.
This when I was 10.
Bro, what?
It's petrifying, man. I just can't. The third and final thing that scarred me. My family's from New Zealand. I'm the firstborn Australian. So we went to New Zealand one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love pillow pets, obviously. I've got 2. I've got a green frog and I got Appa.
Oh, amazing.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to have a small one called White Woolly. The
Okay.
same brother.
This man's like, trauma, I'll give it to you.
Oh yeah. It like folds up, it velcros shut, and it unfolds. And it was the small little pillow, right? So he'd unfold and he'll just scream, "White woolly hug, white woolly hug." And guess what happened? He'd put it over my face and suffocate me.
Oh my god. What
But
the
hey,
hell?
brotherly love.
Siblings, am I right?
I would legitimately just be like,
Bro, what the hell?
yeah,
Your
I
brother's
gave that sheep
crazy.
away.
That's understandable why you would. Good
Yeah,
lord.
so
Yeah. Yeah, no,
those are my traumatized. That's what scarred me.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, speaking of like siblings giving you trauma,
What you were to say suffocation? I was like,
not suffocation, probably something a little bit worse than that, I'm not gonna lie.
love
That's still awful. You know, my brother, when he was younger, he had some issues with like controlling his anger and stuff like that. So whenever he would get pissed off at me, he would go to the kitchen, he would grab a knife. Like nothing bad would happen. I would like scream for my parents before he could actually do anything. But I have
stab me.
yeah, my parents never really believed me that that was happening. So I have issues now with like other people apart from me holding knives. I don't like people holding knives around me. I get so on edge whenever someone's holding a knife. Like if someone is in the kitchen with me and they pull a knife out of the drawer, not like a one of those dull dinner knives, like an actual
Knives?
like a steak knife or something like that. I have to leave the kitchen. I can't stay there.
Really?
Yeah.
Man. Nah, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, no, I mean going on to something that scarred me that's not as bad as that. There was when I was younger, my dad got a PS2 for me and my brother to play with, and I think I've talked about this on one of the streams before. But there was this one. So one of the first games that I ever played was Spyro Enter the Dragonfly.
Of course it was.
It was a banger game. Like it's okay. Putting it in perspective, it's a terrible game, and maybe in like a future podcast we can talk about the stuff like this.
You have an obsession with Spyro.
He's a dragon, man, and I'm a dragon person. Come on.
Horse girls? Nah. Dragon person? Yeah.
That's where it's at. Come on, bro. Come on. There were so many. Okay, there were so many stereotypes with the asexual community. One of them is garlic bread, but the second one is dragons. So I think that I'm just checking all the check boxes right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna be real. I have no idea what garlic bread has to do with that. But
no, it's the mindset that garlic bread is better than sex.
I agree with that statement. I'm not asexual.
That's the entire thing. Sorry, what was it? Yeah, Spyro.
That's so funny. I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a joke for the community. I'm not too involved with what the community does, but that I just know that joke because
That's
it's
funny.
you know a lot of places. But it's the same for dragons. Dragons are better than sex. You look so done with life.
Bro, that's interesting. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from this topic now. All right.
Yeah. Dragons? Wow.
Bro, dragons are cool. You got Toothless. You got Spyro. You got
I'm it.
my
Toothless?
mascot dude.
Yes, but Toothless? He's pretty cool.
Toothless is pretty cool. Did you? There's
I
someone.
should have named him Toothless.
Oh, that would have been perfect. Oh.
Toothless. Eddie.
Oh.
Response to Eddie, not
God,
Toothless.
how dare you, honestly. Doesn't he know that you're trying to change his name right here, right now?
Right now, yeah.
Sorry, no, let me finish off the thought that I was going through.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, in Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. So I loved that game, but the thing was that when I was a kid, I was incredibly dumb and I didn't know how to progress past certain points in the game. So there was these two levels that actually there was one level that I played on repeat because to move past that level, I had to get to a second level that would unlock other areas. But the second level just gave me so much fear, so I only played the first level over and over and over again until like I just eventually got sick and tired of playing the game.
Speed run.
Speed run, except I only play a single level. Yeah, no, so the second level was one called Crop Circle Country, and the theme song for that level is this stuff out of nightmares. Like for a young kid, like I would have been God, like 7 or 8, like really, really young. For a young kid, hearing like this, like there's like these dragon guys in the background just being like, ooh, like noises like that, it freaked me the hell out. I could not play that game because like every time the soundtrack came on, I would just like want to start crying.
Next time I come over. Oh!
Bro, we're gonna have like, oh my god, a sleepover, and this in the like the dead middle of the night, I'm just gonna hear the Crop Circle Country's theme song start playing.
It's like a pure acapella only vibes. Like I have
God.
like garage band on my like on the iPad. I'm just like I'm doing the background like boo boo boo.
That actually kind of sounded like it. I'm not even gonna lie there.
I've never heard of it.
All right, so should we share some school memories? Like maybe like, do you have any school memories that you haven't told me from when you left, from when you went overseas?
Let's see. Let me rack my brain for a little bitty itty bitty.
Well, you rack your brain, I'll tell a story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So there was a period of time where, for some reason, my reflexes just got incredibly enhanced for no discernible reason. So there was one time that I was sitting with a group of people at lunchtime, and you know, Australian schools. If you're Australian in an Australian school, I don't know if it's still as big as a craze as it was, but if you're in an Australian school between like the years of like I want to say 2013, 2014 to 2017, handball was absolutely massive. It was huge. Everyone at school would be playing handball on the in the lunch breaks. So we were sitting down at one point, and there was a group of us sitting just off to the side of like a little handball court where like a bunch of the more popular guys were playing handball and stuff like that. And we were sitting there, and so at one point, one of the guys hit a handball and it went off course, and it started flying directly towards our group, and it would have hit one of my friends in the face. Like, it would have smacked them dead on straight in the face. Yeah, but like me, like, but I was sitting there looking down at my lunchbox, and like out of the corner of my eye, I saw it like flash by. Without even looking up, I reached out my hand and caught it like an inch away from my face. I kid you not. I kid you not. And I looked up and I was like, how did I do that? I don't think I'm ever going to be able to top the amount of coolness that radiated from that exact moment. It was so cool.
I've got a story.
You got a story? Hit me.
We've said it like once, but it was long ago on your stream. It was back when like Mob City and Academy was being created.
Yeah.
That's the story of Dumbo.
Oh, the story of Dumbo? Oh,
Mate.
too true. Uh-huh.
Now, guys, I realize I look mad short when I slouch.
It's okay. If it's audio listeners listening, they're not going to be able to tell.
I'm like 6 foot audio people. I'm like 6'2".
Can confirm tallest?
No. Yeah, I am super tall. Mega tall. Above average height at least.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
At
am.
least.
At least. Not at maximum. No. So, oh my god, I just ripped out my headphone cords. How sad. Anywho, we were friends.
We were, I can confirm.
5, and we used to hang out a lot. Like, a lot. Like,
A lot. I used to go to your place all the time.
all the time, and
Yeah.
I'd go to yours whenever. It was a weird amount. But one thing we did not really have access to back then was, at least for me, it was a computer.
Yeah, I didn't have one either.
And like, but we both loved Minecraft. We loved watching all the YouTubers and stuff. Not that we support a lot of them now, but
Yep.
but we did love the content back in the day, but we never had access to a computer to actually play the game. And then one day we found a pocket edition for like on your phone or iPad or whatnot.
No, it was on your Xbox, wasn't it? Oh wait, no, Dumbo was on phones, wasn't it? We used to play your
Dumbo was
Xbox a lot.
We used to
though.
play my
Yeah.
Xbox a lot. So one day I went to Anim's house and we were playing on the phone. And I don't know why, but we kidnapped this sheep. We put it in like a little dirt hut or something. And I don't know how we came up with the name Dumbo. But
I think it was probably just like one of us being like, look at his face, he looks so dumb.
dumb. Bro, I just remember like us writing out the name and like naming him was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, we thought we were class A comedians.
Mhm.
Like, I remember pissing my pants, like, "Dumbo's so funny." And then I shite you not,
Mhm.
like, 2 weeks, maybe a week later, it's like in our old school, it's mandatory to take Indonesian.
Yeah, as a language,
So,
yeah.
yeah, as, like, the language you have to learn at school. And Anna and I had the same class, and we were, like, sitting in class, we were being good little children, and
Mhm.
next thing you know, we're learning about animals, you know. Is chicken, I don't remember any other one,
I have
but
no idea about any other
sheep
ones. Yep.
sheep is Dumba. Dumba. How like, what are the chances of that being, like, so close to Dumbo? We
Mhm.
thought I remember, like, we walked out, like, I was like, we're geniuses, bro. We have to be, like, the next Einsteins or something. There's no way we could have thought of that and that not be a
I
coincidence, you
think
know?
I remember when the teacher, like, said that sheep was Dumbo. I think I just remember whipping my head up and just, like, staring at you from
Yeah.
across the classroom.
I was just like, "What? No way."
No, that's crazy, man. What the hell?
Bro, I remember that I thought we were, like, mega mind geniuses or something. It was crazy. Like, what are the chances of that happening?
Mhm.
And then, like, it
Bonkers.
was just so nuts. So, yeah. And now with Adam's Mobsidian Academy,
Mhm.
Dumbo will live on forever.
Absolutely. It's leaving a legacy, man.
A Chad. An honest, hardworking Chad.
For anyone who doesn't know what the Mabisian Academy is that Floss is mentioning here, it is a Minecraft idea that eventually I want to turn into like a proper server. But currently I do not have a big enough team to work on it, so it's kind of stagnating. But eventually, I have ideas for that actually. I want to turn it into like I want to turn it into like an MMO, but inside Minecraft. I think that would be really cool. Because like
That'd be cool.
there's like things that I've tried that before, but I've got ideas for how it can like work really really well that I think could like function pretty snazzily. But yeah,
Snazzy, snazzy, snazzy.
100%.
You could also like make it like a little short series to like help boost the like
Mm,
understandings and the lore behind it all. And then
yeah.
people be like, "Oh my god, I want to be like Dumbo."
Oh my god, look at Dumbo.
Dumbo and Duck.
And
All
Duck and
hail the
Duck.
mighty Duck.
All hail Duck. We love Duck. Disciples of Duck.
Duck, 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 quack.
All
I
right.
missed that redeem. Where's that redeem gone?
You want me? Oh god, the freaking 69 quacks or whatever it was.
Yes.
I'm not gonna
I
quack 69
missed
times.
that.
Oh
That was like
god.
the one redeem I ever did. I always
Yeah.
did that one whenever I saved up. But now I have 57,000 channel points and I have nothing to use. I'm like, frick, I'm gonna make you rehydrate.
Yeah, I think Zicky's got that covered anyway. There's a couple of people who just come into stream and they're just like drown.
You need air? I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so. Same
Oh my
wavelength,
God.
same brain.
We are legitimately just two separate halves of a brain that when together we're so chaotic and mental, but also sometimes we legitimately have decent ideas, which is crazy.
Like for example, the Minecraft parody that we made.
Oh my. We need to like produce that. Like, I don't
I'm
care if
down.
like we produce it, right? And then people are like, "Oh my God, this is just like that other song."
Hmm.
I don't care. It needs to come out.
It needs to come out. It needs to see the light of day. We
Also,
had some banger
remember
lines. Hmm.
remember like when we were around that era, we were like, what would you rather fight? One chicken-sized zombie or
Mm.
like 100 like zombie-sized chickens? And this was
Chickens.
before baby zombies came out.
Oh, it was too, wasn't it?
Yeah. But now I'd most likely want to fight the chicken.
All right. Talking about school memories though, what about like broken bones or like injuries that you got from things in school? Let's say that.
In school, let's thinky dink dink. I'm a very I'm not as accident prone as Adam,
Mhm.
but I'm fairly accident prone.
Mhm.
I remember I played a lot of sports at that old school. I think I played touch rugby, I played basketball, I played soccer, I played tennis,
Mhm.
I played volleyball, not volleyball,
Holy crap.
netball. I played a lot for that school. Like, I'd normally the coaches would come up to me and be like, "Can you play this weekend at this game because we missing a player?" Yeah, sure. I love sports. I love sports. I love moving around. And then I remember probably the biggest injury I got from school sports was at touch rugby. And me and a kid that no longer goes there, we were on the same team. And we were just full-fledged sprinting down this field trying to tag the guy about to touch us, like the try line.
Mm-hmm.
In my memory, my parents are there, right? So like this is what they told me. But in my memory, it was simply as, Alicia, I remember like diving.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember being on the sidelines, sitting.
Uh-huh.
So there's this whole thing about between there and the sidelines that I don't quite remember.
Uh-huh.
And then me and this kid both got a concussions because me and my teammate dived at the same time trying to get him, and our heads just went. I blacked
Ow.
out, but I didn't get knocked unconscious. Mom said I was
Right.
running around like a headless chook, screaming, flapping around, and then somehow I army crawled from the try zone to the sideline because my coach asked me to sub it out, and I was just like crawling across the field.
And you don't remember any of it?
I don't remember any of it. But the next
Oh my
day,
gosh.
I had
Yeah.
a huge bump on the side of my head,
Ow.
and my teammate had like an identical one on the other side where we smacked our heads together.
Oh, ow, dude.
Yeah, we became pretty close after that, me and him.
That's good.
He was like we were really close on the team, but we never talked outside the team. I'm
Understandable.
like,
Fair
"What's
enough.
up, brother? What's up?"
What's up, dude? I know we like clashed heads that one time, but it's all good shit.
Blood brothers.
I think.
Now, Anim has a bigger story than that.
Yeah, well, I've actually technically got two because it happened twice.
You got two?
Yeah. The first time it only happened at our school once, where I broke my arms plural. But I broke my I broke my left arm once the year before. Wait, what year did that happen? Was that grade 5 or grade 6?
6, I think.
6. It happened 2 years before that then. I broke my arm 2 years before that, my left arm. Yeah, no, there was so in grade 4 I was we were coming back in over lunch break to go back to our classes, and for some reason I thought it would be a fantastic idea to try and jump up onto the seats of one of those wooden picnic tables. So I tried to do that, but the issue was that when I went to jump up, my foot got caught on the underside of the chair. So my forward momentum, so I was going up, my momentum was pushing me up, but my foot got caught on the underside of the seat of the picnic table. So I went straight up and just face planted. It was like rotating me on like the freaking y-axis. I went straight down. So I smashed my face into the wooden picnic table seat, and I ended up chipping a tooth. And I hit the table. I rolled off of it.
You reminded me of something, but keep going.
Yeah. Okay. I hit the seat. I rolled off of it, and when I hit the ground, I landed on my left arm, and so I was in like quite a bit of pain. So they sent me over to the nurse's office, and they had me sat there for a moment, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, we're gonna call the ambulance now." So they called the ambulance, and the ambulance came to the school, and the guy, I can remember sitting there, and the guy was asking me what my pain was on a scale of like 1 to 10, and the thing with me is that I have a pretty high pain tolerance. Like I feel pain, but like it doesn't like affect me mentally that much. So like I was sitting there and I'm like, yeah, it's okay, but it kind of feels like a little bit of like a 7 or an 8. And he was like, oh, that's great. So they loaded me into the back of the ambulance, and I can remember they gave me one of the green whistles, which is like, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, because I don't know if it's just an Australian thing.
I love
it's like
the green
drugs.
Whistle.
Yeah, it's drugs in like a little tube. You take it, it spaces you out crazy.
Pain
gone. Yeah. I can't really remember too much. I think it kind of felt like laughing gas. I've had laughing gas before.
It is. You just giggle.
Yeah. Because I can't really remember too much of that bus ride, but I know that they gave me the green whistle, and then I just spaced. I was out of it. Although, and then like a little while later, the break was so bad they actually had to set it. They had to reset it. So I can remember sitting in like a hospital bed, and they had the guy there, and they gave me some laughing gas, and I'd be sitting there like giggling my head off, and then he'd move some of the bones on my arm to reset it, and I'd be like, ow.
Oh my
You go with
God,
your
bro.
story though.
Yeah, so when you said you chipped your tooth, it instantly reminded me of grade like 4. No, it was grade 3.
Right.
It was grade 3 at this was before Anim ever came to school, but oh my days. I remember so like I was quite the popular kid, like not to toot
You
my own
were.
horn, but I was pretty popular at that school. It was just one of those schools like I've been there my entire life. I was friends with everyone for like 4 years at this point. Like we went to prep, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 together. And I just remember being like, I wanted everyone to like me. I could not have a single person not like me. And then this one of the new kids that came that year, they were very like athletic, but like not like sports athletic, but like gymnastics. Well, gymnastics is a sport, but I mean like aggressive
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
So like they could do like flips and handstands and all this kind of shit. And I remember being so jealous. It's like they're gonna get all my friends to like them because they're doing way cooler stuff than what I can do. And one day they did a handstand, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember we're in the change rooms, clear as day. This just came into my head, bro. And I remember them doing a handstand. I was like, what's one up from the handstand? Mind you, my brother, I got two. One's 4 years older, one's 6 years old, and the 6 year older one is probably what he's in grade 9, and he showed me the worm one day because he can do the worm.
Yeah.
And I remember like I can do that. How hard can that be? It's a way cooler version of a handstand. And I was like in the change rooms in grade 3, being like, guys, watch me do the worm.
Oh my
Proceed to do
God.
it. So bad. I got up. I misjudged how heavy I was as a kid.
Uh-huh.
Fucking smacked my chin into the concrete floor. I chipped this tooth here. It's still chipped to this day. A whole like the corner of that tooth is just gone. And smacked my chin, but I proceeded to roll out of it, so it looked like I successfully did, at least in my view, because no one went, "Oh, are you okay?" No one said that, so it
Yeah.
must have like looked kind of successful.
Yeah.
But I remember I was like, my chin was killer. I was like,
Oh.
I didn't do anything because I didn't want anyone to think I was like a little pansy presser. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, what's good? What's good? And they're like, oh, that was so cool. I was like, yeah. And they're like, do it again. I'm like, no, we gotta go. We have HPE soon.
Oh my God,
And I remember,
dude.
I don't know if you ever went down to like the lower school change rooms by the dance studios.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in there a couple
Yeah,
times.
you know
Yeah.
how there was like the cubicles, and then there was the change, and then there was like a back like little thing to where the emergency door was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went behind that little wall to where the emergency doors, and I spat out the chipped tooth, and I was like,
Oh my
because
God.
in my mind, I'm like, my mom's gonna find out, and then she's gonna find out I did this by doing the worm in the change room trying to press. Mind you, I think it was also because I was a little. I was just trying to press little girls, man. To be honest with you.
For
I was just trying to
anyone,
impress.
for the audio listeners there, Floss just did the hand movement associated with being a little bit of the homosexual nature.
Oh man, that was crazy. And I just remember chipping my tooth, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna have to go home and
Nice.
tell my mom I chipped my tooth doing the worm in the girls' change room.
Did she ever find out?
Yeah, she didn't care though. She's like, don't be stupid next time. I was like, yeah. She's like, you could have like broke your whole tooth off, and I'm like, oh.
Fair
But
enough.
now it don't matter. It's only characteristics.
Absolutely. Oh man, there was so my second story of the broken arm was Floss was there for this one. This was in grade 6. And so Floss and I were both on the same basketball team. I think that was the last year that I played basketball. I think like right after that I ended up
Yeah,
quitting.
you didn't play again. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember because like coach was like, Yeah, one of our teammates left after a previous injury.
I wonder who.
Yeah, I was like, who could that have been? Could not have been my little animatronic, could
Oh
it?
god, sorry to disappoint. Yeah, no. So in our basketball team, our school did pretty well. So we got ended up getting sent to districts, which is like, was it just for Queensland? Like we competed with a bunch of teams across
It was
Queensland.
Queensland, yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically where a whole bunch of teams like come together across Queensland and get to compete to see who's the best one on the state. Um, so we went to that and we were versing off. Was it the second school team? Or was it a different team?
Different one.
Different team. So we were
It
versing
was
off.
from
Don't say the name.
oh
But
yeah.
yeah.
It's from a different one. It was a red team.
It was a red
Like
team.
a
So
rock
yeah. And we were like a blue team.
maroon,
So
maroon.
yeah, maroon. Yeah,
They
okay.
were maroon.
So we were blue and they were maroon. So we
Yeah.
were versing off another team, and I in my mind, like from my perspective, like it wasn't like it was like a pretty cool thing that I did. So basically, I was they someone was like dribbling the basketball, I think, and they went to go pass it off to someone on the maroon team, and I like dived to intercept the ball. So like I stuck out my hands and I dived to try and stop it and like grab the ball off them. But what ended up happening was I think I hit the ball away, but I misjudged how
Yeah.
fast I was moving. So
Yeah.
I landed on both my wrists on the ground. And I
Rookie mistake.
well, yeah, for me it didn't really hurt. I didn't know until a week later that by doing that one fall I'd broken both of my wrists at the same time. But they sat me off for the rest of that game because like my wrists were hurting a little bit. So they sat me off. My mum was there and she was like, "Oh yeah, I hope you're okay." Blah blah blah. Anyway, a week goes past and I'm like, "Yeah, my wrist is still hurting a little bit." So she was like, "Okay, well, just in case, we'll go get them X-rayed." So we went to the doctors. We got an X-ray for them, and the doctor came back and he's like, "Okay, so." I don't know how you've managed to do this. This isn't something that we ever see happen. However, you've managed to break your arms both horizontally and vertically. So what?
Vertically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you can do? So usually what happens when you break your arm is you either get horizontal fractures or you get vertical fractures, and like it's just the way that the bone splinters kind of. So usually you only get one or the other. However, in both of my arms, I managed to do both.
You overachiever, you.
What can I say? I was an overachiever from a young age. So yeah, no, they clapped me up in double, yeah, they clapped me up in two double what do you call them, casts, and
Casts,
for the
yeah.
next 6 to 8 weeks I was no, this was in grade 5 that I broke them.
Was it?
Yeah, because I remember I had to get a laptop in
Yeah,
grade 5
no,
because
no,
I
no,
couldn't
yeah,
write.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, for the next like 6 to 8 weeks, I had to have double arm cast. My mother had to help me do any of the basic necessity things that you can think of, like shower. I had to shower with plastic bags over my arms, and my mum had to wash me. That was
I remember
very
you
not
coming to
fun.
school being like, I have to wear shower bags over my arm.
Yeah, that was really not fun.
Oh my
I
god.
figured out a way to go to the bathroom myself eventually, but that took a while. It was not
Fun.
great. Yeah, it was
Fun.
would not recommend
Bonding
zero.
moments.
No, 0 out of 10 stars. Would not recommend that ever again.
You know what's funny though? From the perspective of like a friend,
Mm-hmm.
just keep in mind, guys, that like one day you see Anim with like no cast. It's and like they're fine living
Mm-hmm.
life, whoop-de-doo. And then like the next day, they come to school with 2 casts on both of their arms. And you're over here like, bro, what the heck happened, man? And they just reply with, "Oh yeah, like a week ago in the basketball game, yeah, I broke both my wrists then." A week ago? Yeah, this didn't really hurt that much, What? You broke it a week ago and you show up now with cast?
I didn't know. I've got my pain tolerance is like I think it's a little bit higher than most people. So like I had no idea until like a
Just
like a
too
week
elite.
later.
Too
I'm too elite, man. Yeah, no. I can remember another time. It wasn't a broken bone incident, but the school that I went to before I came to the one that we were at.
Yeah.
So the way that they did it was that I think it was like because it was only for like younger grades of school that I went to. I think how they like facilitated it was that preps to grade threes, I think, weren't allowed on our oval, or at least not allowed on one of the ovals that we had. But obviously, us being kids, we wanted to go on the oval. We wanted to explore what was down there. So myself and my friends, we weren't supposed to be on the oval, but we decided that we wanted to do a little bit of exploring anyway and head our way down there. So we we made our way down to the oval, and like, so there was the oval, and then like on the side of the oval there was like the shed, and so we were hiding behind the shed. And so I took like one step out from behind the shed, and I went to go like have a bit of a squiz around of what was on the oval. And the second I stepped out from behind the shed, some like they must have been like grade 4, grade 5 people, but they were like big kids in my mind, because I was like in grade 2 at this point. There was a bunch of kids playing frisbee on the oval, and I can remember I stepped out from behind the shed, and the second I stepped out from behind it, I absolutely got clattered in the nose by a frisbee, and the kids ran over, and they were like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," because I just decked this like freaking grade 2er. And I went down, man. It smashed me in the nose, and I dropped like a sack of potatoes. And so they were like, "Oh my god!" So they took me over to the nurse. I can't remember what happened after that. They took me to the nurse's office, and I can't remember what happened. But I can just remember like just getting clattered in the nose by this frisbee, and then these like big kids just like stressing out, like, "Holy, what have we done?"
Oh my
Oh
god,
man.
dude, that reminds me of another time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a frisbee that clocked me in the face. It was a basketball,
Oh, ow.
and I remember. Luckily, uh, s- the guy in our grade with the initials CJ,
Yep.
his mom was a nurse and like a really good family friend, so I was lucky she was there that day.
Mm.
But what happened was I was just playing, and I don't know. I think we are doing like a little scrimmage or something, and it was probably in grade 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
It was like one of my final years there, and I just remember like I think I was talking to someone, and I was just chatting to them, and then all I hear is Felicia, and I'm like, no, I hear Floss, and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I turn, I just see a bull at my face, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Right in the face.
Oh no.
I've broken my nose twice in my life. That was the first time. The second time was later on in a rugby match I had. But
Ow.
my nose is now permanently crooked, and you can't really tell unless you like really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. We can laugh. But what happened was like I got smacked in the face, and the guy's mom, who's a nurse, like
Mhm.
I folded like a goddamn lawn chair. I was like, oh my god, my nose. And I remember putting my hand up to like feel my nose and stuff, and I remember it just like not being straight. And I was like,
Ah.
oh my god.
Oh, dude, that sounds so
So
painful.
his mom came up, and she's like, can you move your hands? And I was like, she's like, oh. She's like, Floss, your mom's gonna kill you. And I'm like,
Who says that to a kid? What the hell?
because my mom was very, like, it was really well known, at least with all the moms, that my mom was very, like, into, like, keeping my face very structured. Because, like, she always believed I had a very good, like, face. Shout out to my mom. Saying I always looked good when I felt like shit. But mom was always really proud about how my face turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, apparently I was like
Turns
like,
out.
no, because, like, as a toddler, as a toddler, like, everyone who's ever seen me as a toddler always said that I could have been, like, a model, like a child model.
Right.
So
Yeah.
mom was just wondering if that would go away with time, but it didn't, obviously.
Obviously. No, obviously. I feel bad for the audio listeners who aren't going to see your beautiful face.
Oh my
Grace
god,
them with your
yeah, my
presence.
face is beautiful, guys. It's honestly, if you saw me, pants dropped. That's how good looking I am.
Yeah, okay.
But his mom came up to me, and she had to reset it
Mhm.
because I wasn't sure I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
And like you can like feel it. There's like a complete divot right in the base of my nose, like where the what's it
Oh.
called? It's not
Cartilage?
bone, cartilage. It's like where the cartilage reformed.
Mm-hmm.
So like it broke at the very, so like there's the tip of your nose, and then like there's like that long cartilage bit, it
Mhm.
broke right at the base of the cartilage of my nose. So like right here it snapped, and so she had to
Oh,
snap it back, and that was
yikes,
very
dude.
painful. And then she taught me how to stop blood noses in the future. So that was pretty cool.
Well, she got a
You
pro out
pinch
of it, I
like
guess.
you pinch the base of your nose and you lean your head back.
Right, gotcha. Huh,
It's really and you pull it back, you pinch and you pull back. It also
gotcha.
helps clean out your sinuses too.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
that was the first time I broke my nose. That was really
Ow.
fun.
Speaking about like divots and in bone and stuff, I have like a it's in the bone of my leg. There's like if you run your finger down one of my legs, you can feel like no, well, it's not like that. Down one of my
Audio
shins.
listeners, I smirked sexily.
No, don't smack sexually them audio listeners. No, come on, Floss, don't do it again. No, she's still
Smacking
doing it. Floss,
sexily.
come on, no, no. If you run your finger down the shin, like one of my shins, there's a sizable divot in one of my legs because I was playing tag, I think, with one of my friends at their place, and so I started running, and unbeknownst to me, one of them had left a bouncy ball in like one of those little rubber bouncy balls in the hallway. And so I went to go turn this corner and I'm scooting, man. And I step on this bouncy ball. The bouncy ball rolls my foot out. And like the angle that it rolled me out on is that like my leg came around and smashed into one of their door frames. So like it stung like a mother hell. But like it still
Mother
actually
trucker.
if you touch that area like on the bone, it still actually hurts because like it chipped some of the bone off. So yeah, I don't know where that piece of the
Oh
bone is
man.
currently, but it chipped some of the bone off my leg.
That's foul.
uh,
Mate. Nah, I have another one.
yeah.
I broke my collarbone a while back when I was 12 with a ski pole falling down a hill because my brother rode over my skis and it popped me out of my skis and then I flew down the hill. Anywho,
Ow. Uh-huh.
um, it never got set properly.
Mm-hmm.
So you can physically feel where the break happened.
Ouch.
And it's like my favorite thing to show off to people. I'm like, feel right here. You can feel where there's chunks of my bone missing.
Oh, dude. Ow.
Yeah, that's like my favorite thing to do whenever people are like, "Oh, have you broken?" Yeah, I've broken this. It's missing a lot of bone because
Oh, that sounds
it pretty much
painful.
it like kind of shattered the top half of my
Mm-hmm.
collarbone.
Ow,
Hey,
dude.
quirky.
You quirky. All right, we've been talking for a bit though. I think that we're gonna start wrapping it up from here.
All right, cool.
I also want to apologize to the people who are currently watching this over on YouTube for the low quality cameras at the moment. My internet is a little bit painful, but I'll fix this for the next episode, so don't worry about
Nah,
that.
my camera's just that bad.
No, I think your camera quality is fine. It's just my internet is making both of us really 8-bit right now, so.
Oh, love that.
Uh-huh.
Beep bop boop beep boop
Beep bop
boop
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 ba
boop
dip bop
boop.
boop. But yes, thank you guys for listening or watching the first episode of the Based AF podcast.
Nice.
I said that and the camera quality's got so much better. I should have called out my internet before then. God damn it. That's all good.
Yeah, you
But
listening internet? Frick you.
but yes, thank you guys for coming to the Base Air podcast. We will figure out what the next episode's going to be, and I'm thinking that we're going to try and release one of these every Sunday if you're down with that, Floss.
Yeah.
But we can
can do
pre-record
Sunday.
we can pre-record some episodes so we got like a little bit
Yeah.
of backlog, get some buffer. Yeah. But yes,
Well,
thank you guys for watching. Anything to say as a final note, Floss?
alakazam, alakazoo. I don't know. Goodbye to you.
And mic drop.